But Flossie, my mental diet is clean. It's perfect. Is it really? If you want to know what I'm talking about and get a little bit of swat about your mental diet and what to do about it, then stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to another rousing episode of Spill the Tea Tuesday. My name is Flossie and I'm like the funniest, wittiest mindset coach as well as your OG hype you up rampage queen here on YouTube. If you would like one-on-one coaching with me, links will be in the description box below, as well as links to things like the SP and Money Workshop that'll be going on with Coach Nikki, and our VIP group is going to be back here on YouTube. If you are part of the VIP group that's on the website, don't worry, it'll go through the end of your subscription. Just go to the website, log in, and under your profile, you should see the VIP group. If it is missing and you don't think that it should be, just send an email to the support email listed on the website, and I will get back to you. So now, you know that I love to go through my calendar. Of course I do. It is on every single video. So this says, have a cup of fuck offy Monday. This is what we say to the 3D reality that we are not going to subscribe to as far as the 3D hood shit bullshit. It can just fuck the fuck right off. Facts. Facts. This says, when life gives you lemons, throw them at the people who ever fucking doubted you. Well, we could do that, or we could basically essentially throw, theoretical lemons at them by affirming and persisting for what you want. You got to remember that when you affirm and persist for what you want, it's like spraying them with the bitch be gone spray. Like spray them like a wasp with your affirming. And so you could throw metaphorical lemons at them by affirming as well. This says Control Alt Delete the bullshit. It is just that simple to eliminate the BS out of your life by affirming and persisting for what you want. Because whatever's got to move has got to move for you to get that manifestation. It's got to conform, and that means the BS got to go in the trash where it belongs. In fact, I got the owl trash can right over here. Don't forget, this biatch is always hungry for the BS. This says escape the ordinary, motherfucker. Yeah, I love all Z colors because here on this channel, we support everyone, period. Facts. Don't like it. Bye, Felicias and the Karens in the back. But you can also escape the ordinary by becoming the master manifesting and literally manifesting the life that you want, period. And this says humble fucking brag. You can brag all you want as far as I'm concerned because it's your reality. And if you want to brag about how awesome you are, I will support you. And just like I lovingly support my family here. So moving forward with the calendar. Sorry, this is taking forever. This one doesn't really apply too much to us. It says how many shitty lawnmowers can run on the same day. None in my reality because I'm a master manifesting and I don't put up with that shiznit. So before we get to the topic at hand, one of my friends on Facebook who is very successful, gets what he wants, posted a picture and just said, don't stop, get it, get it. It was part of like a daily motivation. Yeah, don't stop, get it, get it. Don't stop till you get it. Which brings me back to the lovely topic of mental diet and persisting. So I talk to a lot of people, as you know, because I'm a coach for Sammy Ingram of Sammy's Mermaid Gang. And I do coach a lot of folks in between, one-on-one coaching and coaching that I do in a VIP group. And guess what? A lot of people are telling me, but Flossie, my mental diet is clean. And what I want to say to you is it really? Is it really clean or is it not? And I'm going to ask you a series of questions that I want you to ask yourself, and ask yourself honestly, because you know what? You can lie to me all day long if you wish, but don't lie to yourself because you are creating your 3D reality. So why cause your own unintentional delay by not being honest with yourself about what your mental diet and what your thoughts are truly like? So here we go. I'm going to read off of a list of questions that I've created that I've asked people so that they could try to evaluate it for themselves. Number one, are you doing your routine? Are you affirming? Because in my mind, not that I try to be limiting, not that I try to tell you, but at the end of the day, the bottom line with law of assumption is what? Your dominant thought on a topic is what you're going to experience, is what your 3D reality is going to conform to. And one of the ways to change that, if you have assumptions that don't work for you and you've manifested yourself a nasty ass, sorry ass 3D reality that you don't like, guess what? You need to change those assumptions that you have. You have dominant assumptions that don't work for you. How are you going to do that? One of the main ways is with repetition of thought. So no matter how you have that repetition of thought, I've said on here before and I'll say it again, I don't care. I don't care what you choose to do. But I mainly focus on affirming because that's what I talk about the most. And I do know that I need to make a video on scripting for you guys. But anyway, you need to have some sort of routine where you're having some sort of repetition of thought because you want your dominant thoughts to change. And I'm not going to go into length into this video about, hey, if you're one of the people that can just literally think of a preference and have it show up, good for you. You probably don't have a lot of resistance to that, which is going to be one of my next videos, which is resistance, what it is and how to deal with it. But having said that, are you honestly doing a routine? Are you having some repetition of thought in order to change your dominant thoughts and assumptions? Because that is a part of your mental diet. They're separate, but they're together. It's just, they kind of go together, you know, hand in hand. Do your affirmations already imply that you have what you want? Because I do talk to a lot of people and they might think that they have a great mental diet, but they're constantly reaffirming to themselves that they don't have what they want. I am in the camp of think from the end as much as possible, which means you would have affirmations that imply that you're already getting what you want, not, you know, not SP thinking about maybe taking me back because number one, what does that really do? And number two, that just constantly reaffirms that you're not together and they don't have to decide shit. You're the one with free will in your reality. So why would they decide to take you back? That just, no, stick that straight in there, literally where it belongs. We're not going to even entertain that. So mental diet, is it really clean? Is it? Let's think about it. How often are you looking and checking for your manifestation? Are you looking for it all the time? Are you looking under every rock for your manifestation? Or are you just affirming and persisting? Now, I'm not saying that, you know, of course, we know that you're going to, at times, realize that your manifestation is not in front of you because you're navigating through the 3D. But how often are you looking for it, looking for movement, peering for it, contacting everyone and their mother to see what SP or what is happening with your money, whatever that is that you're manifesting, your job, etc. How do you feel when you see success stories? Are you excited for that person when you see a success story? Or are you like, where is my shiznit? If you're like, where's my shit? Hello, that is not in line with the mindset that you want to have, because now you're like not looking as if you have what you want. You are, you know, reacting to not having what you want. What is your mood typically like? Now, for the Karens in the back who are going to try to have something to say and get my shit twisted and be like, Flossie saying you have to feel it real. No, I'm not saying that you have to feel it fucking real. What I'm saying is, how is your mood? Because many times people are not aware of the sneaky, slick little thoughts that are sliding under their radar, sliding under their awareness of radar, where they're like paying attention to what they're thinking, but your mood can tell you where your thoughts are at. Because if you are in a negative ass mood and you're miserable, or you're sad, anxious, fearful, sad, depressed, whatever, angry, irritable, what are you angry, irritable, sad, depressed, or whatever about? If there is nothing going on in your 3D as far as you are not at that moment having something happening that should be potentially altering your mood, which you can choose to have it alter or not, as we all know, why are you not in a good mood? I had a client who told me they didn't have any negative thoughts until they started paying attention to the bad mood that they were already in. When I said, hey, when you start feeling in a bad mood, I want you to immediately put attention to your mind to see what you're thinking. They discovered they were thinking a bunch of negative ass stuff all the time. They just didn't realize it because it was so on autopilot in their head. It was just so much chitter chatter of the same old stuff. They didn't even notice it. So are you in that boat where you're literally not noticing when you're having negative thoughts because the whole thing is playing out in part of your head that you're not paying attention to? If you're feeling negative a lot, that could be it. Hey, if you're feeling neutral, peaceful, or anything that you consider on the positive side, you're probably having a fairly good mental diet because, you know, in my mind, in my book, when we think about something, it eventually will produce an emotion. So if you look at your mood and then zero in on what are you actually thinking about that is causing that. Do you complain about your SP? Are you calling everyone and their mother who will listen to you to bitch about SP? If people contact you about SP, are you nipping it in the bud, or are you allowing it to continue and allowing yourself to be drawn in the conversation? When you talk to others and they complain about their lives, are you then making comparisons to your specific person, your money, your job, whatever it is that you're manifesting? Are you making a comparison and then like joining their victim boat, their victim mentality of now having a complain ass bitch fest where you're discussing all your woes of the 3D reality? Or do you nip it in the bud? When you see stuff on TV where someone on the television is having a similar situation, whether it is like if they're not having financial stability, are you self-identifying with that person saying, yeah, I'm in the same boat? Or, you know, if they're struggling to get a job, are you self-identifying with that? If they are having difficulties in their relationship, are you saying, yep, my SP, my person did the same thing to me? Like, are you, you know, literally aligning yourself with this individual as far as, you know, your comparison, the own internal comparison that you're making? I'm not talking about law of attraction, vibration, or alignment with your manifestation. What I'm saying is, are you seeing something and are you identifying yourself with it? Are you comparing yourself to it? Are you like having negative thoughts about your manifestation because it's making you think about negative things and you're choosing to sit in that boat? So, what are you doing with those things that I mentioned? Because a lot of people find that they're caught up or stuck on at least one or two of those, but it's so sneaky that it's not something that they necessarily really realize is not having a clean mental diet. If you hear of a friend getting married, are you happy for them? Or are you like wondering where your stuff is? If you have a friend that gets money, are you wondering where's mine? If someone is being successful, are you comparing yourself to that person and saying, how can they get mine and I'm not getting any of my shit? Negativity. That is not part of a clean mental diet. Now, I'm not saying that you can't miss your specific person, because of course you can. And if you are, you know, wanting your manifestation, you can still want it and you can still manifest it. But how much effort or mental energy, not, you know, energy, but I'm saying like how much of your mental capacities, thoughts, thinking are you putting towards missing your SP or not having your money or, you know, getting that job and not having it? Like, how much are you putting your attention to not having it versus staying in your mind of persisting? Now, we all have to live and navigate the 3D, which means we all are going to at some point notice that we don't have what we want. And we all might feel some type of way about it. But are you using a tool about it? Or are you like putting up a tent and deciding that you're going to sit there in your sea of irritation about it? So that's some of the things I want you guys to think about. Now, you know, again, affirm things that imply you're already together. Some people want SP to be begging, you know, showing up at the door, begging back. You can totally do that if you want, but I would put it in past tense. SP totally begged for me back. I wouldn't be like that, you know, they're going to beg for me back. No, they've already done it. If you really feel like that they need to beg you, which I think keeps you in the old story. So I personally, for me, if I was in your physical shoes, would not be like, no, SP's begged to have me back or, you know, begged to be with me, because I really only affirm and persist on what I want. And I stay focused on my end goal, which would be having, you know, an amazing relationship or feeling so secure in my relationship or whatever. If you've watched some of my previous videos where I talk about, you know, affirming for things that imply that you're in the relationship and that your relationship is the way that it wants, that you want it to be, your holdup or the thorn in your side, or, you know, SP's bending over backwards to do XYZ for you. I tend not to put a lot of focus on not having what I want. So, you know, I wouldn't run around saying that like SP misses me. Now, unless SP missing you means that they're missing you at work, which, you know, is totally fine. Or you can say they can't stand to be away from you. But if you're saying, well, they're missing me and that implies to you it's because you're not together and you're in no contact, I'd put that in the trash or change your implication of it, because you don't want to keep reaffirming that you're not together. You can have things, like I said, they can't stand to be away from me, or, you know, they would be totally miserable to be without me because I'm their everything. Totally fine. Not they're sitting in a ball missing me because we haven't spoken for 6 months. No, 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 no. No. Don't focus on that shit, period. What can you do about it? I've basically been telling you. Are you looking under every rock? Are you like constantly wondering where it's at? Are you having negative thoughts you're not being aware of because you're always in a bad mood? Are you complaining about SP? Are you finding opportunities to complain? Are you, seeing yourself as the victim of the person on TV or your friend or whomever who's having like a miserable experience and identifying with that and then setting your own tent up next to theirs in your victimhood together? No, you got to stop doing that. If you're having issues with it, write the FU letter and command letter. I'll put the command video up here to give you a reminder that, stick some of these type of things in the trash. If you're noticing you don't have what you want, you can write a FU letter and command letter. If you're noticing you're having repetition of thought that doesn't work for you, FU letter and command letter. Those work so well for me and for my clients that's why I constantly talk about them. Do you have to actually use those tools? No. Do a lot of my clients who use those find that they're getting their shiznit after doing it, or they're getting a ton of movement after? Yes. Or they feel better in the manifestation process and they're able to persist and actually have a clean mental diet? Yes. That's why I talk about this stuff to you guys. I don't talk about it because I like to hear the sound of my own voice and sound like a repetitive buffoon. I do it because it's effective. Again, you don't have to do it. You can literally just continue to affirm and persist, because that's the basis of the game. That's the name of the game. Repetition of thought, and keep persisting in that until your manifestation comes forth and it's hardened into fact. I don't know why there's so much dust. Anyway, I hope that this video has been helpful to you. I'm just trying to illustrate to you where your mental diet may not be clean and where you might be thinking thoughts that are not in line with your manifestation that could potentially be causing your own unintentional delay by not really staying focused on what you want. So keep affirming, keep persisting. It's like, don't stop, get it. I think in the beginning of the video, I might have inserted the picture of that to remind you, hey, you just need to keep going. You just need to keep affirming and persisting. Because at the end of the day, you can literally have anything that you want. You're the operant power of your reality. So grab that by the horns and get your shit, get your shiznit, be part of the GYS crew, period. Facts. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, go ahead and drop them below, because I always try to check them out, especially your video ideas, which some of my ideas have been coming from. And let me know in your comment if I can actually mention who you are, like what your subscriber name is, because I don't mind giving credit when credit is due. And on that note, I will talk to you soon in my next video, and have a great week. Happy manifesting. Talk to you later. Bye.